Uh, Here it is. So this is what John was seeing in those times. Those crowns of gold. This is what it's talking about. All right, the helmets, which is they called it a pickle. I think they called it a pickle hole, however you pronounce it. Basically, this is what it's talking about. All right, those helmets of gold in the faces of men. All right, because of course, when you have this helmet, men, which are specifically the Germans, they're gonna wear this helmet. So this is what they were wearing. This is the crown of gold that's speaking about in Revelations. All right, and see, I lost it for a second. I had it up. I don't know what happened. Let's see if I can go back to it. Oh, I can't get back to it now. Damn, let's see. I just had it, but you saw the picture of it that I just pulled up. I don't know. I can't get it again, but that's what John was seeing. The crown of gold, and men was wearing that crown. All right. Now let's go back. It says that on their heads were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men, and they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And that's true, man, because that's Esau. All right. Esau, with their hair, because their hair are like women, man. Stringy, long. All right. I mean, not long and flowing, don't take it out of proportion, because you would have simple Jake that would take it out of proportion. Like, oh, what you saying, man? Just take our words out of context. But you know what it means by when it says that they had hair as the hair of a woman. Okay? It said in their teeth were as the teeth of lions. All right? Which their teeth represents military might. All right? If you go into the definition of that word teeth. All right? Because there's a scripture where it speaks about actually, let's see if I can get that real quick, just for the sake of edification. All right, Psalms the 58th chapter in the 6th verse. It says, break their teeth, O power, in their mouth, break out the great teeth of the young lions. And it speaks about that lion again. All right, so it said, break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, which that's talking about Esau and his military. All right, which speaks about the teeth of a young lion, all right, the teeth of a lion in general. Okay. In verse 9, it says, and they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. All right, now it's talking about those, once again, it's still talking about the locusts, right? And it says they have breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, right? And the sounds of their wings were as the sound of many of chariots of many horses running to battle. Now, if you hear a regular plane, but back then you had war planes back in World War One. But if you hear a regular plane nowadays, it sounds like a earthquake, man. Like chariots running to war. All right. So, just to pull up the planes, right? This is what, once again, is going back to what John was seeing, man. These are the what it means by the locusts that actually, let me go back and read it again. I don't want to butcher it. Where they had breastplates of iron, right? I'm gonna read it again. Verse 9, it says, and they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings as the sound of chariots. All right, of many horses running to battle. So this is what it is. All right, this is, let me go back to it. This is what it's talking about as chariots running to or many chariots running into battle. All right, those breastplates of iron, as you can see. All right, it's like you got to put the phone down again. All right, back again. This is the locust that you see with the breastplates of iron. Okay. And like it says right here, verse 9, it says, and they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron. The sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running the battle. Verse 10, it said, and they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. So they said the sting was in their tails, right? Now, if you go back here, what you see here, you see tail guns. All right, that's what you had during the time of World War I. You had warplanes with tail guns behind them, man. Okay, so like I said before, this is the vision that was seen. All right, and this is what it means by those locusts with the sting in their tails. And this is let's see. Yeah, so basically this is once again, this is what John the Revelator was seeing with the tail guns on the warplanes. All right, you see one right here. So now let's go back. Verse 11 saying they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue had this name Apollyon, which both those words goes into destruction. All right, that's what those words mean. Now, I got a quick precept that I want to bag off of that. This is so it says Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue was his name Apollyon, right? Which is all ties into Esau, all right? Because Esau is how should I put it? Esau, wherever Esau goes, is destruction. Okay? Starts wars, starts battles, because his blessing was the sword. All right, and I'm gonna get that in a little bit. All right, so verse 12, it says, "One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter." So that one woe is speaking about World War I, and it says it comes two more world wars after World War I. Okay, now I want to get actually I'm gonna get that Slack here, bear me for 1 second. This Revelation is the 8th chapter in the 13th verse. It says, "And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound." All right, now those three woes, talking about the three world wars. Okay. Now, John wrote down that the first woe was past, and behold, there come two more woes hereafter. Now, I want to get the scripture in Revelation is the 6th chapter. Let's see. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Slack here, I lost my place. Okay, here it is, I found it. Slack here. May have to put the phone down. All right, Slacky. This is Revelation, the 6th chapter, in the fourth verse. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." Now, if you go back to the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, speaks about Esau. All right. Actually, you go to the 27th chapter, Slacky, of Genesis. It speaks about Esau receiving the blessing of the sword. All right. So that's what it means by that red horse being great in power, because Esau is a progenitor of the Edomites, which that word Edom is Adawam, which means red. Okay, so that red horse is talking about Esau or the Edomites, and that great sword is talking about the modern day gun. Okay, because back then, wars were fought with swords. And actually, let me get that real quick. I know it's in the book of Isaiah, but I don't remember exactly where it is. Look up the word fuel, and you'll find it. All right. It's Isaiah, the 9th chapter, and the 5th verse, because the brother, always brings out, what's fuel doing in the Old Testament, And that's a good question, man. What is fuel doing in the Old Testament? That's the $1 million question, man. Okay, so it says, "For every battle, the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood." And that's right, with swords and, blood flying everywhere. All right, garments stained with blood. Okay, but reading on, it said, "But this war, right, this battle shall be with burning and fuel of fire." All right. So the next battles that are fought with burning and fuel of fire, and the only way possible to make that happen is with the gun and the guns, bombs, you name it. All right. So let's see. Let's go back. I believe that's it on that. Yeah, I lost my place. place. See, go down, go down, go down. Yeah, that's it on that, man. That pretty much covered Revelations, the 9th chapter, the first verse through the 12th verse. And Lord's will, you know, I was kind of that's kind of out of place here and there. You know, I had, and it's always like that when I'm at work. You know, the demons come in and, you know, disrupt the word and try to, you know, knock off the spirit. You know, and that's just Satan, man. All right, but Lord's will, this was edifying to the body of Yahweh Shai. And Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.